Today we just got so much information about Season 1 for Black Ops 7 Zombies that includes DLC 1 with our first in-game look at it, its logo, its name, and even a kind of release date, which we'll talk about in a bit. But my gosh, it's crazy that they're revealing this much stuff this early. And on top of it, it's not only that, but there's going to be some survival stuff we're talking about too. Like everything Season 1 we're going to be talking about in this one, which is absolutely insane. But I know you guys are excited for stuff, so show me by dropping a like, subscribe, bell, share, all that great stuff. But with that said, let's talk about Season 1 for Black Ops 7. So the reason they're talking about all of this stuff is because they had a dev talk today, and the theme was Season 1. And honestly, there's a lot of good stuff for multiplayer too, even standoff and stuff returning. Like, that sounds really cool. But we're going to be talking about what we really care about here, and that's zombies. And my gosh, they just straight up revealed season or DLC 1 just like that. And I want to show you, first things first, the image they gave us. And here it is here. And oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like right here, it kind of looks like a telescope looking thing, but not really. I mean, I just don't even know what that is, because you have like that electrical, what are those called? Those Tesla coils right behind it. So I don't know what that is. And then we look at the sky or the roof, and it looks like it's glass, and those are like some shiny things. Like, I don't know what all this is. But then if you do look at the walls, we do see Saturn written on the walls and clouds. So I mean, we could come back to this image when we actually learn a little bit more of it, because at first it's hard to make out what's really going on here. It just looks really cool. But we actually also got the logo for it, and here it is. Now, it's a kind of interesting looking logo. It reminds me of Ancient Evil out of everything, but at the top you do see like this arches and the eye in the middle that kind of looks a little suspicious. Not sure what that's about. But then we have the name, and what this name is actually Latin, and it is Astro Malorum. I believe that's how it's said, at least. But regardless though, that's a pretty cool sounding name, Astro Malorum. But if you actually go Latin to English and translate this, do you know what this translates to? This translates to Stars of Evil. And that might already be giving us an idea of what we're really looking at, because on top of all of this, we also got from Kevin Drew himself to describe this in one little phrase. He said, "It's out of this world." And when he says that, and we have all that context now behind it, we look back at this image. I mean, out of this world, Stars of Evil. Is this going to be the leaked, I guess, spaceship, Dark Aether spaceship map? It's going to be DLC 1? Like, what? That is not what I expected at all. Now, if you guys didn't know about the leaks, they leaked supposedly the location of all the maps, and what was interesting is they said that we're going to get a Dark Aether space station map. And I mean, that was interesting on its own, but we thought it was going to be the final map, like DLC 4 or DLC 5, whatever it was going to be. That's what the leaks at least said. But instead, it's DLC 1. That's where we're going. Like, that is crazy. This is going to be insane. So what we're probably looking at here is none other than the space station in the Dark Aether map. And that is so crazy. I did not expect that at all. And if you guys thought all of that was already great, as exciting as it is, it gets even better, because they also revealed when this map is going to be dropping. Because this map is going to be dropping at the launch of Season 1. Yet even earlier than DLC 1 for Black Ops 6. If you guys remember, Citadel de More was DLC 1, and that came out with Season 1 Reloaded. This time it's coming out with the launch of Season 1. And I think this is significant for a couple reasons. Obviously, we're going to play it relatively soon, because this is probably going to be coming out in late December, if I had to guess, probably right before Christmas. That's how they like to drop these things. So we're probably going to be playing it just before Christmas, which is already crazy on its own. But on top of that, this being a super early drop leads me to believe, and I hate to do this right away this early into this, but is there actually a chance we get 5 DLC maps for Black Ops 7 in its season? Because like I said, there's already leaks suggesting that, but that happened with Black Ops 6 also, so take all this with a huge grain of salt. But I mean, if you are releasing even earlier than Black Ops 6's first DLC, it makes you think like maybe they're going to be doing something crazy here. But I don't want to raise you guys' hope too much on that. Just it's something that it's interesting to talk about, because I honestly didn't expect that. But of course, as exciting as all that DLC 1 stuff is, and it definitely is, I love to hear your guys' thoughts about it. They actually did talk about some other stuff that's going to be there with Season 1. Not as exciting, but still pretty cool. Now, alongside the launch of Season 1 with DLC 1 and all of that, we're also going to be getting another survival map, and this is going to be Exit 115. And what this is actually going to be is a diner survival map, which is actually interesting because we know diner is going to be a location on Ashes of the Dam, but that was actually never even a survival map on the original Transit. There was a turns game mode that took place on kind of a survival diner, but it wasn't survival, obviously it was turn. So this would be the first time we're ever gaining the diner location as a survival map, so that should be fun, especially with the new look diner. I think it looks pretty cool, honestly, and they also give us a teaser image. As you guys can see here, it looks pretty cool, you know. It's a pretty cool looking I guess area, just the new neon and all that to it, so that'll be fun to see this one. And the only problem is I don't know how many people are going to be playing this, because it does drop alongside DLC 1, because like I said, Exit 115 Survival, this diner survival map, and DLC 1, you know, Astro Malorum, are going to both be dropping at the launch of Season 1. So I don't know how many people are going to be playing this, maybe later on down the road, but it's still interesting nonetheless. Now, I guess later into the season, when we get into the Reloaded, we are actually getting another survival map, and this is going to be Zyar's Cosmodrome, and this is just the Ascension section of the Ashes of the Dam, one of the locations there, so that's what we're going to be getting. So we're going to get a mini Ascension, in other words, which I actually love that they're making that a survival map. I'm just going to be calling it mini Ascension. I don't care about the Cosmodrome stuff, so that'll be fun to get with a Reloaded, just to get that. And I'm sure they're going to be giving us like directed mode for wait, actually, now thinking about it, they're probably going to give us when are they giving us directed mode for Ash of the Dam? That has to be even before the launch of Season 1, now thinking about it. So they're probably going to give that then, and then we get, like, before Season 1 we get directed mode for Ash of the Dam, and then with Season 1 obviously we're getting Astro Malorum. Then I imagine with Season 1 Reloaded, we probably get the directed mode for that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just speculating right now. But regardless, though, that's another thing that's for sure is going to be dropping with the Reloaded. Now, they also said that with Season 1, and they didn't clarify exactly when this is going to be happening, if it's going to be at the launch of it. I'm assuming it's the launch of it, but maybe it's the Reloaded. But what they said is that all of the field upgrades and ammo mods that haven't already carried over from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 will carry over. So think about Mr. Peak's Lightmend, and I'm sure some other ones that I'm missing off the top of my head. So all of those will be making their way into this game. But keep in mind, with Black Ops 7, you do keep your augment progress, but they will be adding one major and one minor augment for all of these, including this, and also another minor slot. So they'll be a little bit different, won't be exactly the same, because they're going to be a bit more things to upgrade. So I'm interested to see what they could do with Mr. Peaks, because that's the funnest field upgrade they've ever added, in my opinion. It's just fun. It's not the best, but it's the funnest. But regardless, can't wait to see what that's about. Actually, don't really care about that compared to everything else here. But the final thing they do say with Season 1 is that they're going to have some holiday limited time modes. So think about like the Christmas modes that we had for Black Ops 6 and even Cold War Zombies. They had Christmas modes. That makes sense because Season 1 is probably dropping right before Christmas, so they're probably going to be adding some Christmas stuff. But considering they're probably going to drop this Christmas modes like with the launch of Season 1, again, I don't know how many people are going to be playing that when you have Astro Malorum DLC 1 coming out. So there's going to be a lot of stuff with Season 1 that I imagine a lot of YouTubers, myself included, are going to be all focused on DLC 1. And then, you know, once we have some time, then we're going to be making on Exit 115, and then maybe these Christmas modes too. But I'm not big on limited time modes. But the final thing they said, and least interesting thing, is that they will have regular limited time modes during the season, like later with Season 1 Reloaded. So that'll be interesting, I guess. I'm not a big fan of alternate game modes, if you guys couldn't tell. Never really cared for them in Black Ops 2, don't care for them in Black Ops 6, and probably won't care for them in Black Ops 7, but I guess we'll wait and see. But overall, my gosh, that is a crazy start to the season of content for Black Ops 7 Zombies, and I'm so freaking excited. And this is, to me, what Treyarch has to do, since we aren't getting some major gameplay changes in this game compared to Black Ops 6. Like, a lot of people are saying it feels very similar to Black Ops 6, and there's that to an extent. Like, this is like the Black Ops 6 systems, the Black Ops 6 systems refined. So if they're just going to be refining systems and carrying over a lot of things from Black Ops 6, what they're going to have to do is really like give us the content there to make up for the lack of feel of a new game. So that's what they're doing. It seems like they're off to a great start. So cross your fingers, every season will be like this. They did say that in the dev talk, that they're not slowing down after Season 1, which normally happens. So we'll have to hold them to that one there. We'll wait and see about that. But this is the stuff we need to see them do. Give us a ton of zombies content, and I think a lot of people will be really, really happy, myself included. And that really means DLC 5, come on, make that a thing, you know, and maybe Zombies Chronicles after that. So that would be a lot of fun. But regardless, though, that's going to wrap it up for this video. And if you guys did enjoy the video and have any thoughts and opinions to share about it, let me know down in the comment section below. But regardless, though, I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.